Hi everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to go through a short workout that we've designed for cyclists. Pilates is widely used by professional and competitive cyclists to improve core strength, balance, control, and injury resilience, all essential for long-lasting performance. In this video, we conduct a short accessible Pilates workout with exercises that are tailored to the common biomechanics and muscle slings that are used by competitive cyclists. You're going to need a TheraBand, a fit loop, and a small squishy ball. So let's get started. Alright, so we're going to start our warm-up series in a supine position or lie down on the mat on your back. And we're going to work with a ball that's going to activate the anterior oblique sling. The first exercise that Soumya is going to do today is going to be a pelvic tilt, and this is going to help to work with some stability in the pelvis and understanding where she's going to engage from when doing some leg movements. So we're going to start by keeping a gentle press in the ball, Soumya, and you're going to imagine that you want to roll and you're going to tuck your headlight in and lift your pelvis even up, and then you're going to inhale and I want you to feel like you want to arch through your back. Okay, we're going to do about 5 of these. So exhale, curl and tuck, inhale and curl. Okay, we're just going to do 3 more over here. So as you can see, she's rolling her headlights in and up towards her, and then she's just opening out. One last one. Okay, now from here, we're going to start to, so I'm going to move your head below down, and we're going to go into an exercise that is called the roll up. Okay, so you're going to reach your arms up towards the ceiling on an inhale. As I say, we're going to bring your arms down and you're going to roll and you're going to reach up. Beautiful. Okay, inhale at the top, and as we exhale, we're going to scoop and we're going to roll back down. So this is an excellent exercise to work on some spinal mobility along with some abdominal strengthening. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, we're going to bring the hands and we're going to curl and we're going to reach up, sit on top of the sit bones. Inhale at the top and exhale and roll and take it back down. And you can add an additional arms overhead, keeping the ribs really melted into the mat. Inhale to prepare. Exhale as the arms come down. We're going to scoop and curl through the belly, reach and sit up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, slide through the sit bones and roll back down. One last one over here. Inhale and exhale and reach back up. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a variation now. As Soumya is going to roll up, she's also going to extend her knee, and this is going to help with some strengthening at the front of the abdomen and also in the hips and the legs. So we're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale. Soumya, this time you're going to roll up. You're going to extend one leg out. Beautiful. You're going to roll down and you're going to place that leg back, and we're going to alternate or do a reciprocal movement. So we're going to inhale, exhale, we're going to switch, and you can choose how many you want to do on each side. We can do about 5 to 10 as we continue. Okay, now as you can see, what we've done is we've changed the position of the ball and we've placed it underneath the sacrum area. This is going to help to work on a lot of stability around the pelvis, and we want this when Soumya is cycling so that the pelvis stays stable and there's not too much of rotation that's happening. Okay, so the ball is underneath. We're going to inhale, exhale, you're going to roll and tuck your headlights in slightly. Perfect. Now you're going to keep this connect and you're going to start to lift one leg up into a tabletop position. Inhale, exhale, and we're going to lift the opposite leg up as well. We're going to stay here for a few seconds. Imagine that there's a glass of water on one knee and you're going to tap your leg down towards the mat and lift it back up to tabletop. Yeah, so do about 3 on one side, Soumya. Then you're going to shift and you're going to take it to the opposite side. We're going for 3. You can match the breath. You can use an inhale to reach away, exhale to reach up. One last one, and now I want you to go into a movement like you're pedaling on the cycle with alternate leg movements. Inhaling and exhaling as we're going into this exercise that's called scissors or marching. Alright, our next exercise is the bridge. The bridge is an excellent exercise that fires or activates the entire posterior chain of the body. And it's a great exercise for us to work on some glute strength and also some spinal mobility. Okay, what we're doing today is we're going to start with a single leg bridge, and this is great. Unilateral movements are great to build strength individually on each side. What we've done is we've placed a ball underneath Soumya's heel, and then we're going to add a TheraBand in a little bit. So you're going to keep the ball underneath one heel. You're going to inhale, exhale. You're going to lift the other leg up into a tabletop position. Now, we're going to work with the stability on one leg that has the ball underneath. So we're going to inhale, we're going to push into that heel, and we're going to lift the heels up towards the ceiling, and we're going to bring it back down. Okay, so we're going to press through, reach up, working on that stability through the ankle and the pelvis. We have 3 more to go. You're doing really well over here for 3. And we're doing a flat back bridge over here. 2. And one last one, and bring it back down. Alright, now Soumya is going to add a TheraBand on this leg, and we're going to work into a movement on the leg that has the band and stability on the leg that has the ball. Okay, so you're going to inhale to prepare over here, Soumya. You're going to press down into the ball, you're going to lift up, beautiful. You're going to press into the TheraBand. You're going to bring it back down, and you're going to lower the hips down. Now I want you to feel like you're pushing down into the pedal, and you're going to press into the other pedal to move and bring it back down. You're doing an excellent job keeping the hips steady. Let's do just one more over here. We've shifted the side now, so we've got the ball into the opposite leg, and we're going to continue, and we're going to work on the other side. And this is her right side. It seems to be a little stronger. So we're going for about 3 to 5 at home, or when you're actually doing your workout, you can go for up to 8 to 10 over here. See, we're going to do one last one. You're going to take TheraBand into the foot this time. And we're going to work on that same dynamic movement. So we're going to press, reach out, bring it back up and down. So we're going to use an exhale to reach up, and inhale to come back down. One last one. Push into that pedal, bring it back down and lower. Alright, the next position that we're going to work in is an all-fours position, and this is a great position to work for Soumya for cycling functionally, because we're going to work on engaging into the upper body and also work on the scapular placement on the rib cage. So for this, what we're going to do is we're going to take a fit loop. We've taken a slightly lighter fit loop. We're going to take it around the wrist or a little higher, wherever you feel like you are comfortable. And we're going to first come into an all-fours position over again. Okay? And we're going to start with 2 movements over here. We're going to start with a scapular isolation, where we're going to think that we want to draw the shoulder blades in and up towards each other. So we're going to feel like we want the breastbone to drop down. And this is great in working with some neck strengthening as well. And now she's going to push into the pinky fingers and feel like the shoulder blades are spreading out and getting fixed on the rib cage. We're going to do about 5 of these. We're going to use an exhale breath as the shoulder blades come together, and an inhale breath to lift and connect into the muscles below the scapula that are going to get that scapula to stick nicely on the rib cage when she's holding on to her cycle handle on here. We're going to do one last one. Now from here, we're going to keep the scapula in a neutral position or nicely fixed on the rib cage, and she's going to go into some cat and cow. The cat and cow is a great exercise for her to work on some spinal mobility. So we're going to inhale and we're going to exhale. Now the exhale is a slightly more similar position to cycling. So we're going to really working on some extension over here as she inhales, beautiful. Exhaling, drawing and tucking the headlights and lifting and bringing it back up. Super. We'll do one last one over here. So there's, we're going to go inhale. And exhale. I want you to keep feeling like you're holding on to the handles of the cycle over here as you're moving through the rib cage and the pelvis. Great. Now you're going to find a position that's somewhere in between, and the next exercise that we're going to go into is an exercise for neck pulling prone. So we're going to take a ball, keep that activation around the inner thigh muscles. We're going to place that in. She's going to curl her toes now. Now she's going to imagine that she's balancing a tray of glasses on her back. She's going to press into the arms, keeping that scapula nice and steady. press into the ball and we're going to hover the knees off the mat and we're going to bring it down in. Okay, so we're going to do about 5 to 6 of these as well. Exhale as we press out into the band and lift up, keeping that press in the ball. Last 2 and one last one over here.
Good.
Alright, the next series that we're going to do in an all-fours position is the swing series or the opposite arm and leg reach. And for this, what we've done is we've looped the band and we've tied it. So we're going to take the loop and we're going to place it around one foot. And then we're going to actually take the band into the opposite arm over here. Now, why are we doing this exercise? We're doing this exercise because this works really well with engaging into both the anterior and the posterior slings in the body. And this is really going to work with some back strengthening as well, which Sonia is going to need when she's cycling. So, we fix the TheraBand into the opposite leg. We're going to reach the arm and the leg out into opposite directions. This could also work on the rotary stability in the pelvis, which is important for cycling. And as you can see, she's doing a great job trying to keep that pelvis really stable. So I want you to feel like you're pushing into that pedal and you're bringing it back in. So I'm going to do one more over here. And on the next one, I want you to just hold there for a couple of seconds, appreciate that nice reach that you're getting there. And now bring it back in. And we're going to change the leg. Okay, so I'm just going to take the loop, use it on the other foot. And we're going to repeat this exercise on the opposite side. So the same setup, we're going to press into the arms, feel that nice activation around the upper body. And then we're going to reach and we're going to bring it back. We're doing 4 more, we're going to reach and back, exhale and inhale, 2 more. One last one, hold over there for a couple of seconds and then slowly bring everything back in. Great. For the next exercise, we're going to work into an exercise that's called fire hydrant with a kick up towards the ceiling. We're going to use this ball between the calf and the hamstring. So she's going to come, Sandhya's going to come back into an all-fours position. I'm going to take the ball and we're going to fix it between the calf and the hamstring. And this is going to be great. I'm going to give her the cue to press into the ball to fire into the hamstring over here. Now what we're going to do is she's going to first start by opening the leg out. Yeah. And then we're going to bring it back in and we're going to lift it up towards the ceiling. So we're going to reach up and bring it back in. So this is a great exercise to activate and work into the glute muscles. It's also going to work really well with giving that nice stability in the pelvis and activating through the hamstring muscles as she moves over here. Now she's done about 3, and if you feel that this is quite easy for you, what you can do is you can curl the other toe. You're going to hover and you're going to lift up to work a little deeper into this movement now. And we're going to do about 3 to 5 over here, or you can continue the whole series either in the hovering position or staying down, wherever you feel you would like to do that. So we just switched the ball now to the opposite side and we're just going to continue the exercise on the opposite leg now. Great. We did about 3. Reaching up, there we go. Yeah, so we do one last one and then I want you to come into the knee hover position. So we're just going to curl. We're going to lift up and we're going to go a side kick and a lift. Beautiful. Working into that entire buttock area and into keeping that pelvis nice and strong as she cycles away. One last one. Alright. Alright, we're going to start to work a lot deeper into the posterior chain firing now. And the exercise that we're going to teach you now is a great exercise that works on firing the glute muscles before the hamstring. And we're going to start this exercise, which is called hamstring curl. So Sonia's on her belly. What she's thinking about is gently lifting her belly button away from the mat to keep that nice stillness and a neutral pelvic position in the lower back area. From here, she's going to press really strong into one leg. And she's going to curl and she's going to bring the heel in towards the buttock. And then as she extends, she's going to lift the thigh off the mat and bring the leg down onto the mat. Now, Sonia, what you can do is continue on the same side. So you're going kick, kick, reach and lower the leg back down. We can add a breathing pattern So we're going to go with an exhale, exhale, inhale and lower. We're going to do 2 more. So exhale, exhale, inhale and back. One last one. And bring it back down. Now, what she did was really, really great. What you need to keep an eye on when you're doing this exercise is the pelvis doesn't need to dip on either side. And you don't want to use the back muscles for this exercise. You're going to kick, kick, and you reach. Exhale, exhale, and inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale, and back. One last one. Yes, so I'm rolling it. And bring it back down. Alright, we're going to progress into the next exercise, which is a double leg kick in the same hamstring curl position. But what we've done is we've changed the loop position and we've got it around the ankle so that you can press into it and activate a little deeper into her lateral swing. What we're also going to do is we're going to take this ball and we're going to place it underneath Soumya's ribcage just as a little feedback. Also to work in this nice opening position, because sometimes when you're cycling, we tend to go into a bit of a rounding in the upper back. So she's going to press into the ball. You're going to imagine that you don't want to collapse onto the ball over here. Okay? So we're going to press into the band. Yeah. And now you're going to bend both your knees like you want to touch your heels towards your buttocks. Point your toes as you reach and bring it back down. So we're going to go exhale, exhale. Inhale and reach away. Again. Exhale, exhale. Inhale and reach. You want to keep thinking that you want to take your tailbone away towards the mat. And she's got an excellent position here in the upper body and the neck. So we're working through those muscles that are important as well. One last one. And bring it back down. Alright, so basically what we're going to do is we're also going to work into the swing series of the opposite arm and leg reach now in a lying down position. So Soumya is going to add a bit of an extension as she lifts the arms up with the opposite leg. Again, this is a great exercise to fire into the entire chains or the slings in the back of the body. So as we are going to lift, now Soumya, what I want you to do is, on the next one, as you lift the arm, you want to come up or hover the body up gently, great, and bring it back down. We're going opposite arm and leg reach over here, on our swim. Great. Now she's going to make this into a little bit more of a challenging movement. You can do this by yourself at home. But you're going to hover the body, the arms and the legs. And we're going to move over here as so we're going to paddle through the arms and the legs. We're going to go a little faster here. So next we're going to work a little on speed. We're going inhale, exhale, doing a fab job. Continue. You can see there's a lot of stillness around the pelvis over here. Last 5 seconds. And stop, and we're going to bring everything back down over here. Now this is an excellent position to work on the rotary stability of the pelvis, which is very important for cyclists. So you're going to make sure that the headlights are stacked over each other, and it's quite challenging to balance on the ball underneath one hip. Okay, so we're going to lift the top leg up, we're going to bring the bottom leg to join it, we're going to lower the bottom leg, and we're going to bring the leg back down. We're going to do about 3 of these. So we're going to do 1 more, and on the last one, you're going to stay here, you're just going to hold for a couple of seconds and then lower and lift both legs down together for just 3. So we're going 3 and 2 and 1. Great. We're going to just flip over and we're going to do the same exercise on the opposite side. Awesome. So we're going to first set up, we're going to make sure that the headlights are stacked over each other over here. We're going to repeat it, we're going to press into that arm to stop that chest cavity from collapsing. And keep it back up. So we're going into a lift, lift, lower and back. And lift, lower and back. Do one last one. Now when you do, lift both together and lower. For 2 more and 1 last one. Great. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're actually going to work a lot with the tracking of the toe, the knee and the hip, which is important for a cyclist when they are pedaling. So I'm just going to be in a high kneeling position. It's also going to help with some upper body strength and connecting and strengthening the shoulder scap and in some arm strengthening as well. So what you can see is what we've done is we've taken the same loop with the TheraBand. We've got it around the arch of the foot. So I'm just going to reach the opposite arm out, and she's going to reach and come into a side series over here. So we're going to fix it. We're going to close the rib cage to the hips, yeah. And from here we're going to go into a cycling movement. So we're going to reach and we're going to press out. So we're going to think about the same concept, somewhere that you're pushing into the pedal and you're tracking the toes along with the knee and the hip. You can do one more. And then what you can do here is you can reverse it this time. Yeah. This is looking great. We're working into all the muscles around the hip to keep that pelvis nice and stable. And she can use this really well when she's cycling. And now we're going to shift it to the opposite side. Will we take enough? Yeah.
Position, close, shoulder,
Looking there. Flexi.
I feel like the knee was becoming like squares.
Moving a little out. Now we basically shifted to the other side, and we're going to repeat this cycling movement on the opposite side. So we're going to lift, bring it up to the hip, push through the toe and the heel. One last one over here somewhere, and then reverse it. Yeah. Inhale, reach, bend and bring it back in. One last one over here. Great. We're going to bring the foot down gently.
Sorry.
And we're going up. Alright, so now we're going to progress to a very advanced exercise, which is the side plank, which works very well with firing through the upper body, the obliques, the legs. And what we've done is we've added a ball on the inside of the thighs to keep that work in the inner thigh muscles. Alright, so what Sabya is doing is she's reached her hand out slightly further than the shoulder. Hand is going to be on the headline, and she's going to imagine that she's reaching her body towards the arm and pressing into that ball, and then bending the nose and bringing it back in. We're going to do two more over here. And on the last one, we're going to stay in the side plank. So we're going to press out, we're going to reach into it, we're going to float the top hand up, and now we're going to rotate through the oblique muscles, and we're going to bring it back up. So what I want you to do is, as you rotate, I want you to lift and take the tailbone, rotate. So we're going in the rotation, very nice, and we're going to bring it back to the side plank. We're doing one last one over here. Beautiful. And then you're going to bend the knees and you're going to come back out of it. And we've switched the side around now, and we're going to repeat the same exercise on the opposite side. So we're going to keep that ball, we're going to reach, and we're going to sit back down, press into that hand to feel that nice connect in the shoulder and the arm muscles. As we're pressing up, and we're going to stay up, and we're going to go into a rotation with a twist, and open back up. We'll do two more. This is great to keep that work in the core muscles as well, which we do need to strengthen and keep strong when you are a cyclist. So we're going to go into a cool down series now. We're just going to focus on some of the muscles that we worked on. We're going to start with a hamstring stretch. For this, Sonia is going to bend and straighten her knee 3 times first. And then she's going to keep the knee straight, and she's going to bring the leg up in hip level. You can do a couple of lower end lifts over here. And you can also add a little pulse at the top. Yeah, and we're going to bring it back down. Alright, we're going to switch. We're going to take it to the opposite side. We're going to do the same thing here. So just starting off with some bend and press. And then we're going to keep the leg straight, and we're going to lift the leg up to 90 degrees and press and take it back down a couple of times. Yeah. You can have that pulse and reach away. That's it. We're going to go into stop. We're going to go into our next cool down exercise, which is a figure 4 stretch. So you're going to cross your ankle on the opposite thigh or knee. And we're going to hover the leg up. We're going to pull that knee in towards us, and we're going to feel a nice deep stretch going through the opposite hip. We're going to inhale, exhale, we're going to bring the leg down, and then we're going to switch and take it to the opposite side, and we're going to bring it back in. And you can do about 45 on each side, just to help release any tight muscles around the hip area. So our last exercise over here in the cool down is the spine twist. So I'm just going to take her arms and reach them out underneath the side. The knees are together. We're going to start this movement by dropping from the knees, the hips, the rib cage, and we're going to just reach and look towards the opposite side. Feel that nice deep stretch. Inhale, exhale. We're going to bring everything back to the center. So from the feet, the hips, and the rib cage. And now we're going to drop and reach to the opposite side. And that nice lengthening happening through the back muscles. And we're going to come back to center. And again with these, you can do about 5 to 6 on each side. This is a great release around the hip and spine. Thank you for watching. If you would like more videos like this, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Moreover, if you want more info on how different sports and Pilates are related, please visit our Marshall's Pilates website for monthly blogs.